Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
Howdy. On the menu this week on Classic Country Breakfast, I'm celebrating some of 2025's best moments, like when the widow of George Jones called the show, Nancy Jones, or when Dean Dillon explained how he got started writing songs for George Strait, or how about when Richard Sturban from the Oak Ridge Boys called and talked about what Johnny Cash meant to them.
Don't believe there would be an Oak Ridge Boys today if it wasn't for Johnny Cash. You know, Johnny Cash, back in our days before we had hit records, we were kind of struggling. He kind of took us under his wing and made us part of his show. He always paid us more than we were worth. You know, we signed a contract. He always gave us more money than what the contract called for. That was the kind of person he was. But more than the financial help he gave us were his words of encouragement. You know, I remember one time we were playing in Las Vegas with him, and he called us up one day. He said, "Fellas, I want you guys to come to my room. I want to talk to you." So we all went to Johnny Cash's room, and he said, "I can tell your heads are hanging." He said, you're wondering whether or not you're going to have a group. And he was right about that. We had no other dates booked. We didn't know how we were going to keep our group together. So we were kind of at a low point. He said, "But I'll tell you what, I think there's something special about you guys. And if you guys will find a way to stay together," he says, I'm telling you, good things are about to start happening to you guys. He says, "I will help you as much as I can, but it's going to be up to you guys to stay together." And so, to make a long story short, you know, we did manage to stay together. I remember walking out of that room that day, looking at each other, we said, "Wow, if Johnny Cash thinks we are going to make it, we are going to make it." There's no doubt about it. And sure enough, just a few years later, at the Country Music Awards, we won our first award for Vocal Group of the Year. Johnny Cash was hosting the show, and when they announced our name, we ran up on stage, and instead of going to the podium and collecting our award, we went to the podium on the right where he was standing, and we all hugged him. and he said in that big booming voice of his, "See, fellas, I told you so."
It's the best of 2025, Thursday at noon on Classic Country Breakfast on Ace Country Radio.